Hey, be sure to tune into this week's weekly video fishing forecast. We have a bunch of different content for you. We got the state park beach reminders, how to get those permits right now that are on sale. We have gift giving ideas from a bunch of different individuals in the Fisherman fold, what to put in those stockings for those loved ones and those family and friends that love to fish. We also have a season reminder. There's some seasons that just closed and ones are going to close soon as well, so that's important to know. Capt now tells us another story, and we have reports and events from around the island.
The ultimate fishing authority in the Northeast, the Fisherman magazine.
Today, December 11th, 2025, and we're going to start off first with some season reminders for here for Long Island fishing. Starting off, we have a few days left in the striped bass season. The season closes officially on December 15th, so if you want to keep a fish still, get out now, go after striped bass. They are around still, especially toward the west end of the island. But do keep in mind that striped bass is the only species that you are allowed to legally target for catch and release throughout the off season. So if you know those back creeks and all those little spots, and you notice strappers in them still, you could definitely target them as well throughout the off season, just to keep you busy. Also, moving on to blackfish. The blackfish season in the Sound that closed on December 9th. So the line for that is Orient Point going straight out to the east. In the New York Bight region, which is anything to the south of that line, the season ends on December 22nd. So you still have some time for all you tog fanatics out there to get out and catch some blackfish before the season wraps up for good. For all you folks out there who like to drive on state park beaches, the permit is on sale now. It is by phone only for the state park 4x4 beach permit. So call up, get your beach permit. Again, get it before the spring. That's when it goes offline again. Then it comes online again in the fall months of 2026. So hop on that now before you do forget. Moving on, the Caumsett permit as well. The 2026 Caumsett permit will go on sale January 3rd at 9 a.m. sharp. It's a really important thing to know that because it's only going to the first 550 applicants. It sells out really quickly, this permit, so if you want a shot at it, you got to hop on that. The first 500 are for sale online, and the 50 other ones are for sale through Reserve America Call Center. To purchase through the phone, please call 1-800-456-2267. No in-person sales for the Caumsett permit.
Escape the cold and spend January at Snook's Nook in Southwest Florida. Just $2,800 gets you this one-bedroom condo, boat slip, and heated pool. Don't be left out in the cold. Visit snooksnook.com before it's too late.
Moving on to some gift ideas here from the Fisherman magazine. Last week, as you may have seen, I was at the Folsom event down in Atlantic City. Jenie Ackerman from the Fisherman magazine was down there as well, walking around, finding gift ideas for you to give this season.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Open Boat, and to get you in the holiday season, I'm here at the Folsom show and we're talking to my good friend, all the reps, and we're seeing what we can find to fit in your stocking. I know, of course, you can't put a rod in your stocking, but you can wrap it under the tree. And I've already spotted a familiar face at the American Sport Fishing Association booth. Check it out, guys. You all know her, huh? Let's go into the show.
Hi, I'm Jerry Gomber from Bimini Bay Outfitters. One of our premium products has always been our Saltex, and we introduced Saltex premium hooks a few years back, along with fluorocarbon leader and premium stainless steel terminal tackle. It was just natural for us to put it all together into premium rigs, which are perfect stocking stuffers for this time of year. The display you're looking at was made from the first shipment of these that just arrived in our warehouse a few weeks ago. We've got everything from inline circle hook rigs for stripers, 24-inch leaders, 40-pound test fluorocarbon, to kingfish stinger rigs with the treble hooks, or Saltex treble hooks, cobia rigs, offshore heavy-duty fishing rigs, chicken rigs, pretty much the entire basic ensemble you would need for fishing the coast from Cape May to Cape Cod. Should be available at your favorite tackle shop. Any place you find our products, these will be available.
What's up, guys? Brett Burford here with Fish Fights. We're at the Folsom Show in Atlantic City, having a great time, having a great show. We got some new colors out on the Fish Fights Fight Club. We got the pink shiner and the 5-inch scrub. You guys have seen them in the 6 inches before, but we're mixing things up. We got bright green colors here in our tap out. Love for you guys to try them out. Flounder and fluke will be right around the corner, and we'll see you guys around.
Hi, Carl with Dexter Outdoors. This is a 2-stage Edge 2 sharpener. This is really a true sharpener because you can actually use the upper edge to take off metal to create a new edge. And you can use this side for the honing. Available at your local retailers.
For a lot of us old timers, we kind of still go with the Dexter Russell name, but this is Dexter Outdoors. But if you're an old timer like me, you've got to go with the traditional. I've had mine for, it's probably passed down generations after generations. Dexter Outdoors makes the greatest knives for folks who are looking to cut through something like black drum, sheep's head, triggerfish. The dual edge from Dexter, you can cut the back, go through that tough stuff, and then slide it across. The dual edge blade from Dexter. I know everybody's got their favorite plastic shad to throw on a jig head, and you love gulp, but I gotta tell you, I've been using these the last couple of years for back bay stripers. It's the Power Bait saltwater on a jig head, the killer, trust me.
Hey guys, it's Chris from Missouri. We're here at the Folsom Show, getting a lot of product out to your favorite tackle shops. If we're coming up on the Christmas holiday, and if you're looking for some ideas for the angler in your life or some stocking stuffers, a couple awesome things from Missouri. Number one recommendation, the new 8-inch mag pencil. $24.99 retail. This is, you know, a dock style spook, but the best one on the market. The big difference in this is that sled weight transfer system. So this is the mag pencil, so that slams to the back of the bait. Cast tail first, straight through the wind, no more tumbling 30-foot cast with a big topwater. These are long casting baits that you can throw from the surf or from the boat. Comes in 10 different colors, through wire, excellent hooks, available now. Check them out.
Hey, how's it going? Mike from Jigging Worlds. Retro rods. So the retro rods is something that we introduced last year. It is our imitation of a carbon fiber blank that imitates a fiberglass rod, available in a 7.5 footer, and now all new 8 footers, where it is a 2-piece rod jointed right into the foregrip. So now you have 2 different length models available. Brown models come with straight guides. All the black models come with our traditional spiral wrap guides. So pick your poison, whichever one works for you. Great bottom rod for black sea bass, for blackfish, for striped bass fishing. And the beauty of what I see a lot of people doing these days is taking the brown version, which has straight guides, and using as a boat plugging rod with round bait caster reels. There's a glide bait craze going on for striped bass. It works, it's awesome, it's fun to fish with, it's super light, super durable. Get it at a local Jigging World tackle shop near you.
Hey everybody, this is Russell with Blue Water Candy Lures, Rockfish Candy Lures. Just wanted to take a minute and show you some new products for 2026. Striper fishing, we have our version of the eel or worm umbrella rigs. Got a multitude of colors here. Red, black, green, or white. Get them in a 4-arm or 6-arm, with or without a lead head down the center drop. You can get them fully loaded with teasers on every arm, or even all hot with hooks on every arm. The other thing we've come out with is for those that want to cast the striper or bluefin, the slaughter tail jig. Currently in a 2-ounce or 3-ounce with a 9-inch eel tail and a variety of colors. Should work well for both species. Other than that, that's pretty much what we got new. Hope everybody has a great holiday season. Give us a call if we can help you out in 2026.
Hey, Captain Frank from the Fin Chasers. I am here at the Quantum booth. We're at a distributor show here at Folsom, and I'll tell you, very excited because Cabo is hitting the shelves this week. Your local dealers will have them, and it is just in time for Christmas. So when everybody's making out those Christmas lists, you definitely want to include some of this new Quantum stuff. And I'll show you just a few of my favorites. I mean, we have to start off with the Mac Daddy. This is, you know, the highest level offering from Quantum at the moment, and this is Cabo. Cabo is back, but it is better, stronger, faster than it ever was. Actually slower in one way, which I'll tell you. If you were a fan of the original Cabo, you will love this reel. It is much lighter. It has much more drag than the original reel ever had. Fully sealed, IPX8 waterproofing, so that's submersible up to 3 feet. So this is a reel that you can take in the surf, and it's gonna resist the sand, the dirt, and the water penetration. So tremendous amount of drag, and that's something I want to touch on. So a lot of people will say, I don't need 40 pounds of drag in a spinning reel. You're right, you don't. And you wouldn't even be able to hold it onto. So in a 5,000, we have 35 pounds of drag. You can't hold the reel with that. But why it's important to have that capacity is, you know, this is a braking system. So think of a truck with really big brakes versus one that has just enough to stop that truck when it's fully loaded. You're working at the maximum capacity all the time. So all drags work basically the same way, right? A spring is compressing a combination of discs, whether they are metal and or carbon fiber in the case of Cabo, right? And all of the Quantum reels. So that spring is pushing down on those discs. You don't want that spring to be working at 90% of its capacity all the time because it's going to be less sensitive, and some springs are just not going to recoil from that kind of constant pressure. So way overkill on the drag, but that's good because you want to use it at 50% of its maximum capacity. It'll be smooth and it'll be easy to make those incremental adjustments. My wife always says, I can't buy you anything fishing. You know exactly what you want. And that's true. And a lot of fishermen are that way. But one item that you will be able to purchase that you will not be making a mistake this year is a Merit Combo. And why this is cool is it is priced for everyone, but it's something that is not a cheap outfit. The actions of the rods and all of the technology and construction that's in this reel makes it a tremendous outfit. Not a cheap outfit, but a tremendous outfit. So the reels are starting at $99. We wanted ICAST for this, best combo at ICAST, because first time a fully sealed reel was introduced for under $100. These actions are Northeast actions, and that's a big thing that I want to press. Many of the developments that have been done, certainly in previous years, have been for a southern market, a Florida and that type of market. These actions, these reels are set up for a Northeast situation. Whether you're jigging, popping, at $129 for a 3,000 combo on a Merit, it's a gift that you can give somebody that they want to add to their arsenal, or maybe somebody just getting started. The best way that you can be effective is to have the right outfits for the right situations. A lot of people make the mistake of buying the most expensive thing they can afford, and then they have that one outfit and they try and use it for a bunch of stuff. You'd be much more effective and do a much better job in organizing all of your stuff if you have outfits that are specific for each different situation that you're going to fish in. And the affordability of this stuff makes it all possible.
We also had the chance to meet up with Nuno Decosta from Tyalure Tackle up in Rye recently, who also shares some gift-giving ideas with us as well.
Hey guys, Nuno here from Tyalure. The holiday season is here, guys. We have a lot of exciting products in here. Our shop is very unique, a lot of custom products in here. We have our mystery stocking stuffers here. These are $100+ value for $50. We work with brands like Stack Tackle, where we have 2 exclusives with them. We have a custom kit here that's $135 value, retailing for $89. Awesome products in there that you'll love. One of our best-selling reels of the fall was the new Tsunami Evict 2. We have them in all sizes, including low gear models. This was a hot lick this fall, will continue to be a hot-selling reel. One of the greats from Tsunami there. Also new, because it's hard to pick out a perfect gift, the Saltis, the new jigging models. These have the auto engage. When you're looking for that gift for the person you're not sure what to get, can't go wrong with new. They don't have it, you know. Another great product, we have our exclusive with Go Deep. These bar breakers have been a hot lick this fall on the surf scene and even the offshore scene. And we have 2 custom colors with them. Products you won't find anywhere else. And one of our greatest things, and I say it all the time, our Fish Socks USA sock collection here. Many different collaborations we did with Fish Socks USA. And a perfect accompaniment would be one of our custom hats designed by us in-house here, guys. Come check them out. We are open every day. The holiday hours are 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. We are conveniently located off the I-95 and the 287 here in Westchester County. The address is 180 Theodore Fremd Avenue, Rye, New York, or you can visit us on the website at tyalure.com.
Now let's move on to some upcoming events from around the island. Starting off January 18th is the Rocky Point Fishing Show at the Rocky Point Middle School from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. January 21st to the 25th is the New York Boat Show at the Javits Center in New York City. Then moving on from there, January 23rd through the 25th is the Fly Fishing Show at the Edison Center in New Jersey. And then on January 24th is the East Islip Fishing Show. For all the details on the events mentioned and more events from the Fisherman Magazine, visit thefishermanmagazine.com/events. We got another one from Captain Al this week, and he speaks all about how to be a Sharpie.
Years ago, I'm talking back around the 80s. Now, you got to remember, I'm fishing heavy duty with my buddy Paul Krause. Wasn't like today. There were very, very few bunker. They were still seining them off of New Jersey. So it was really, they were taking everything. Maybe you'd see a school. When you found a school of bunker, it was golden. You were in. But you could spend a whole day looking and find nothing in the ocean. Sometimes a school would come inside. Oh man, that was some great fishing. Bunker pot, you know, running through the bay, the inlet area, with fish on them. It was like mayhem. But that's unusual. That doesn't happen often. So being a crazy bass hound as I was, and Paul, I'm fishing the inside pieces. Well, I call them pieces. I'll get into that maybe another time, but I've watched my recorder over all the years and I marked anything on the bottom that I see that looks like structure. So there was this one rip fairly close to the Coast Guard station area between the Coast Guard and the lighthouse that was making up real good. And rip lines are important because that's where there's a radical change in depth. Striped bass is an ambush feeder. They lay behind that drop-off wall of sand. They just sit there. They don't have to fight the tide, and they wait for something to come over the top. Boom, they come up and eat it, right? Ambush it. So I'm hitting all my spots. I'm with Paul. Trying this one, trying that one, trying that one. Maybe we had to pick up, you know, I don't know, maybe we had maybe one fish or something. And then I go to this one spot on that rip line I told you. And there's a little piece of structure. The rip came around, and then there was a boil. By a boil, I mean there's some structure on the bottom, and it creates up on the surface of the water like a weird kind of swelling or spinning of water. We got in there, 2 of us on, 2 fish, back another drift, 2 more fish, back another drift. 2 more fish, back another fish, 2 more fish. And then lights out, shut down. So that was from 2.5 hours into the outgoing until about 3 hours and 15 minutes of the outgoing, right? Before that and after that, you couldn't catch. So now, every day, that becomes a little later. You know, if it were 3 in the afternoon, the next day would be 4 in the afternoon, then roughly 5 in the afternoon. Paul and I hit every tide. 4 in the afternoon, 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the afternoon, 4:30 in the, it was like we did that for probably 5 days straight before it all petered out. And this is when nobody was catching striped bass. We had 30 fish. The average weight was 30 pounds, and the biggest fish was 48. So that's what you call sharpie bass fishing on the inside.
All right, it's time to go around the map. On the east end of the island, Alan Yee checks in. He was with his nephew, Sean. They were on the ebb tide out of Montauk before they finished up their season. They had another nice little squid trip. Again, filling the buckets with those squid. That's been really good the whole fall. It continued into the winter. Moving on to the Viking fleet out of Montauk. They are still in the water. They are still sailing. From their December 7th Block Island, Jumbo Fall, Porgy, and Sea Bass trip. Had really good action in 150 feet of water. Captain Dave said the bite started slow, but it picked up a lot. Again, sea bass, porgies, ling, even a few green bonito were in the mix, which is pretty interesting this time of the year. Also, their other boat, the same day, Captain Stephen ran. They had a blackfish sea bass trip. Had a nice mix of them. Keepers on both sides of that. The highlights were Eli Scott of Seaford, who won the pool with the 7.2-pound tog, and Ryan of Hicksville, who had a nice 4.3-pound sea bass. Moving on to the south shore of the island, Mike Trone also checked in. He has been hitting the freshwater, had this 8-pound carp on a gulp minnow in Lake Ronkonkoma. Then we got Captain Joe from the King Cod out of Capt on a recent offshore wreck trip. He did say the conditions were challenging with the leftover moon current, but by the end of the day, they had a limit of sea bass to 5 pounds, and they had a bunch of scup as well. They said there are still some blackfish in the deep, and they will continue to bring crabs on their future trips, just in case. And I know the weather is getting cold, but if you do still have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com. I'll try and get it into the weekly video fishing forecast or the magazine. And now let's check in with our correspondents from all corners of the island. And remember, on YouTube, you have a chapters feature, so you can go to a specific correspondent from a specific spot on the island if you wish to do so.
Greetings, Matt. Well, greetings, everybody from Montauk. Christmas is coming up, so everybody happy holidays. Fishing's still kind of kicking in out here. You know, the ebb tide just wrapped it up this week. They did do one last trip, but the Viking's still kicking away. They're doing blackfish, sea bass, porgy trips still. They're running a couple boats, and they're going to keep fishing until the fish are coming over the rail. Another news, Paul Bruno on the Elizabeth II last week got in under the radar there before they closed the giant season with a really nice big fish. I got a picture of that. Congratulations to Paul. Yeah, if we can keep it up, we're going to keep fishing. A couple other guys have been out blackfishing, so I got a couple pictures of that. So other than that, everybody get ready for the holidays. Think about your wish list and enjoy that time with the family. And I will talk to you hopefully next week.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
Hello, Matt. Well, this has been an incredible week. Weather-wise, winter has come. It was brutal cold yesterday. I mean, with the wind chill, it was down in the low 20s, actually into the teens. But it was cold, and not many people got out there and fished. Now, as far as driving across the canals to get here, they're all starting to freeze up a little bit. There's a little skim ice on it. It's not going to stick around because we're going to have warmer weather this week. And that's my point. A lot of guys are putting away their rods, but there's still fish around. I got videos from just a few days ago of blitzing bass in the western part of Long Island, right around my area, western Nassau County. So that's Devens Inlet, Atlantic Beach, Long Beach. In that area, there's fish still there. Also, I've been hearing, some guys have been steelheading. So if you really want to adventure going up there, if you can stand it's brutally cold up there. They do have snow, but there are fish in the river. They're doing pretty well. But here on Long Island, of course, the king of the rivers right now is the Connecticut. It's got a lot of fish in it. It doesn't freeze, so it's fishable all winter long. But it's starting to get a little crowded because all the saltwater guys are starting to go there. James, he's actually stopped at the shop and he started to tie his own flies. And he's been tying these zebra midges, tiny little flies. And that's one of my favorite ways to fish the Connecticut. I like fishing small stuff. Jacob and his girlfriend, Amanda, they stopped in, picked up some flies, and Amanda had some beautiful fish. She had really a couple of nice fish. It's good to see couples out there. I like to see that. I know I enjoy it when I go out with my wife, so we have a good time. As far as everything else goes, this is the fly tying season. It's also Christmas, by the way. Christmas is coming up, the holiday season. And at River Bay Outfitters, we have a lot of good deals going on. We have rod combos on sale. So if you want to get something for somebody that's starting out, or if you want to have a backup rod, some really nice stuff is coming out. I also, if you don't know what to get them a gift certificate at River Bay Outfitters, because for every $100 you spend, you get an extra $20 certificate that you can use later on in the year. So you can give it as a gift or keep it for yourself. Give yourself a gift. We have a fly tie-in, and we got all kinds of things. This Saturday is our holiday party at 6:30. I hope to see you there. You don't have to come. You just come, have a good time. There'll be food. Bring your own booze if you want, but there will be sodas and everything else. And we're doing a collection. A lot of you know that I lost one of my favorite pets, Finn. He passed away this week, and so we're collecting food for the shelter that he came from. He was a shelter dog, and so hopefully you're going to join us on Saturday. And to next week, tie lines, everybody.
In the famed waters of Panama awaits a fishing experience like no other. Tropic Star Lodge welcomes anglers to get in on world-famous fishing action. Plan your perfect trip today. Tropic Star Lodge, the ultimate in fishing adventures for more than 60 years.
Fire Island report, looks like maybe Saturday's a fishable day. There's still some striped bass, mainly to the west of Fire Island on jigs, and some nice blackfish on the offshore pieces, offshore wrecks, the reef. So there's only, a week or so left in the blackfish season, so now's the time to get on it. And I had people I know that fished out there, they were throwing back 10-pounders. So anyway, that's about it, Matt. Other than everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I wish the best to everybody, and we'll see you next year.
Hey guys, thanks for having us. Nuno here from Tyalure. Happy holidays first off. The holidays are fast approaching here. As far as fishing report goes, not much going on for us. We're hoping to hear the word on some herring out here. A few guys have finished out the season with a few blackfish, nothing crazy. And on the striped bass front, most of our guys are finished for the season. That being said, if you're looking to do some offshore fishing, the sea bass fishing, that's what's hot right now. The deep water wrecks and the party boats from Jersey to the South Shore, that's where you want to hop on right now. Get in on that action. If you're looking for blackfish, head further south into Jersey or even further south past that. That being said, we are in holiday mode here every day, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come check out our website for deals. We have mystery stocking stuffers here that have $100+ value for $50. Lots of cool stuff in the shop you won't see anywhere else, guys. tight lines, and happy holidays.
Well, folks, that is the report for the week. As you can tell, there is still a bunch of fishing going on as long as you can bear that cold. Again, we got cod, sea bass, blackfish in the deep, some striped bass around still. We have a few days left on that season, but catch and release is fair game after that if you still want to bend the rod. Tune into next week's video. We're down here Whitewater Outfitters right now. I've been doing some holiday shopping for those anglers that are friends of mine. I picked out a bunch of stuff and I'm going to share them with you, some really good stocking stuffers. Come next week, tune into the video. I'll show you what I picked out. And for you last second gift shoppers out there, remember the Fisherman magazine is always a great option. We'll see you next week.